A9EES. Is there anybody out there? A9EES. Hello, radio. KA9EES. Man, this band is broke. Hope I hear a signal soon. KA9EES. Flow test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. KA9EES testing. It's all the power I want to run.
8, Italy Charlie Bravo checking in.
KA9EES.
Yeah, I got a huge noise level over here, plus S8. I can barely hear anything, but anyway, I'm glad you can hear me. Rusty, K8 ICB here. Yeah, I had my preamp on, and it's actually S5, but still, it's pretty high here. Over.
KA9EES.
I got you there, Ed and Bob. Yeah, you know what? Preamps don't do much on the lower frequencies. They just they kind of amplify the noise and everything else. But hey, I got ICB as my wingman. All right, way to go, Bob. And then EES is number 3, and we're looking for check-ins to the Wolverine single sideband net. Can anybody tell me where all this noise is coming from?
I don't have any noise.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Victor Tango, Harold and Davison.
All right, I'm number 3. Whee!
Kilo 8, Delta X-Ray Juliet.
Whiskey Bravo 0, Romeo Mike November.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Zulu Juliet Uniform.
Who's the one ending in uniform? Let me have that phonetically again.
It's Marcia Rusty, Whiskey Alpha 8, Zulu Juliet Uniform.
All right, very good. Well, we got RMN at number 4, KE8AVT at number 5. Doris, I think you are the most sixth person. I mean, you're number 6 more than anything, and again, you're number 6. And then Marcia, we're glad to have you aboard, Marcia, at number 7, lucky 7. Who else is out there? I think I got ABT in there at 5, right? Yeah, okay. I'm getting headphones out. Man, I never do this, but hey, let me hear your call sign slowly and phonetically.
MCS, Kilo Bravo 8, Mike.
This is the Wolverine single sideband net. If you'd like to check in, hey, I might need some relays tonight. So if you hear somebody and I don't, feel free to pass them along to me. But we're looking for check-ins, pre-net check-ins, and we're filling up a list. Maybe not as quickly as we usually do, but we're filling up a list, and we're looking for you to join us. You don't have to be a member. You just have to have a general class or better, and we're looking for number 8, WB8VOW. Come on.
Is there a topic tonight?
There is. What's your noise level?
Kilo Bravo 8, Mike Charlie India.
No sense in fighting this noise. We're just going to make a topic out of it instead.
89 RNA's trying to check in station.
All right, we got ERV at 8 and RNA at 9. Who wants to be 10?
Kilo Bravo 8, Mike EES is relaying for Kilo Delta 9, Romeo November Alpha.
Yep, got him in at number 9. Number 9.
Number 9, Eric. Number 9. I know you're the relay there, right?
I know there's some big white album that had that on it. Hey, we don't care about no stinking noise. We're going to do the net anyway. Come on. Who wants to be number 10? WB8VOW looking for check-ins.
Can I be lucky number 13, K8TAS?
Always, always, always.
Thank you, Rusty. Hello to you.
It sounded good, Taz. The band isn't as broke as well, it's not as broke as it was last night, that's for sure.
So we have about a S2 noise level, but it's a little louder than that, but the meter's showing S2.
Well, it's funny. I listened to myself up on Tuscan, and I could barely hear myself. So, let's see if it just gets better and better. I'll take that. right, this is the Wolverine single sideband net, and this is WB8VOW taking check-ins. We're going to try to do this a little bit different because we know the band's a little bit tough tonight. So, hey, let's try just taking check-ins from around Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. We'll see if anybody's out there. I got the SDR up and running, and we'll try to capture that. And then we're going to go a little west and see if we can get anybody from Illinois or Wisconsin. But let's give this first shout out to those who are within, let's say, maybe 300 miles of the center of Michigan. Give me a call. WB8VOW taking pre-net check-ins. Come on. All right, nothing heard from in local. Let's go ahead and try in the off the Chicago SDR. We'll pop up to the Chicago SDR here, and we'll unmute it, and we'll look for any check-ins from Illinois, northwestern Indiana, or Wisconsin. Come now. This is the Wolverine single sideband net.
Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Romeo, Unicorn.
Well, I can hear you. You're number 10, AN8SOB. KB8PRU, Papa Romeo United, is number 11. Thanks, Sean. All right, very copyable, no problem at all. WB8VOW, we're looking for check-ins. Yes, we are. We are looking for check-ins from anywhere, any place. Better, general or better will get you in the door here. This is a friendly net even on a noisy night. We're going to have fun with the noise. We're going to ask what your noise level is. If you can't beat it, you might as well join it. But hey, more importantly, give me a call and get on with it. We'll get you on the list here, and we'll look forward to starting the net here in about 42 minutes or so. So, at any rate, give me a call. WB8VOW, man in the SDRs.
Whiskey Baker 8, Whiskey India Victor. Whiskey Baker 8, Whiskey and Vodka, check it in.
Copy that, Rusty.
I did not. Do you have a relay?
Whiskey Baker 8, Whiskey and Vodka.
All right, he's number 12. Thanks so much for the relay. Appreciate that, sir.
Thanks for number 12.
He thanks you. WB0RMN.
Larry, you beat me to it.
That's not easy to do.
I hate that.
It's not easy beating Doris. Way to go.
Three more weeks, Rusty.
Hey, boo-boo. You get me excited. Yeah, I've got to order the brats here in another week or so.
Well, we've got a little bit heftier list than last year. We've got, so far, 47.
Well, I'm hoping 24 will cover them. Doris, are you getting the tenths again like last year?
We sure are.
Oh, that'll be nice. That was really nice. This is the Wolverine single sideband net. We're in our pre-net, building our list, checking it twice situation here. Yeah, in our time frame. We're going to be going about 35 minutes, but if you'd like to get on the list tonight, we're just going to talk about your noise level and, hey, maybe things you do when it gets kind of noisy. How do you handle setting up your radio? How do you handle, pulling people in? And, well, we got a little noise on the band. It's not the greatest propagation tonight. You look on some of the tools out there, and it shows that during the day, 80 meters is a little on the poor side, but, we kind of start approaching those evening hours. It usually gets better as the evening goes on, which is nice, but, the most important thing is that, you get on with a group of people. The whole idea of the net is to build camaraderie, and we try to do that here on the Wolverine single sideband net. So if you would like to get on the list, give me a call. WB8VOW taking check-ins for the Wolverines. Was that Jody? Give me that first card. Is it KB8 MCI? All right, Jody, got you in at 14, sir. I'm at about 7, which is not unusual for me. Did you copy that? Yours is probably -5.
Ours is 2.
Wow, you disappeared on me, man. I lost you that first part. I heard you say you're setting at 0. I might have to change my topic. I have an alternative topic.
QSB.
Shoot. Yeah, we could talk about QSB. That's pretty good.
KTAS. Hi, Rusty.
Happy Tuesday.
You too. And my buddy Sean. Hello. You do endorse.
We all do. Come on.
Hey, Sean.
The new revised topic.
Hey, Sean. We had a good water buffalo meeting last night.
Was there anybody saying yabba dabba doo?
Nope.
Oh, I thought that was required. All right, here's my new topic. We're not going to talk about the noise because evidently it's not that big a deal. What's your favorite instrumental?
I know.
Well, that was close. I thought it would take a little bit longer for most people, but man, you're sharp.
No, are you talking as far as instrument, or are you talking as far as a song?
I'm talking about instrumental as far as a song.
I've got several of them, but I think I know which one I'm going to pick. WAAZKU.
All right, Marcia. You guys are coming up quicker than I thought. I got a couple. I got a current one. It's a who's that done by? Floyd Kramer. That's my current one right now.
I like Floyd.
Yeah, he had several, and I kind of wasn't thinking about him, but no, that's not the one I've got picked.
This is the Wolverine single sideband net, 31 minutes after the hour, which means it's 29 minutes before the hour. And hey, you know what? We start the net on the hour. So if you'd like to get on the net, we'd love to have you. Give me a call, WB8VOW. We are looking for check-ins. And let's see, just for fun, I'm going to listen to 3 different SDRs. So let's start out with the Chicago SDR. Anybody over in Chicagoland trying to get on the list? Anybody in Wisconsin, Illinois, or West Indiana? Come now. Nothing heard out of the far west. Well, hey, if they can't hear me, they probably don't know it's time for them to broadcast. I'll take any general check-ins from anywhere. I've got Tuscan SDR up. Give me a call. Hopefully we'll hear you, and we'll get you on the list. WB8VOW, taking check-ins. Did you hear anybody? Because I heard nobody. Well, it might just be the QSB or the propagation, but hey, it's okay. We'll have a fun net anyway.
Every night is a fun night on the Wolverine single sideband net.
You got that right.
Yes.
That's because we're a fun group.
Yes, you all are.
We're each funny in our own way.
Yes, you are, Rusty.
I'll own up to it, Taz. It's okay.
Would Lady Di agree?
I don't know. You know, sometimes she is my hardest critic. You know, I could tell something to her and it'll fall flat more often than it actually goes anywhere. I think she's just oversaturated.
Okay, we can appreciate that.
You know, a little bit of rusty's okay, but 43 years, yeah. I understand.
Either you're a saint or she's a saint. Which is it?
Oh, it's her. Taz, my mom liked her better.
Okay. Yeah, my mom liked Doris too.
And everybody warned Diane, so that part is on her though. I mean, she got warned by my ex-girlfriends. She got warned by my mother. Certainly, her mother was not thrilled with me, but I mean, she must have been in love.
Okay. Yeah, I was my mother's favorite. She said not to tell my other my other siblings.
Did she tell them the same thing too?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Diane's mom did that too, but she told the other two kids the same darn thing.
No, she told me on her deathbed that I was always her favorite. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, so. But and Doris said her mother never told her that.
Oh, that's kind of sweet from your standpoint for sure. But I had an ex-girlfriend and a real good friend of mine. She passed away a number of years ago, and her idiot brother, he's got like, I think it was 4 other sisters, and he stands up at the funeral and says, well, I always thought she was the prettiest. I'm thinking, you idiot.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kilo Mike 8.
This is the Wolverine single sideband net. We are looking for check-ins. Check-ins. If you'd like to get on the list, we'd love to have you. We're still in the mid-teens here, so there's some low numbers available. Come on and join us. WB8VOW taking check-ins.
Kilo Mike 8, Romeo Tango Yankee.
Yeah, Rusty, my mother really loved Doris. She told so many secrets on me.
Oh, and I'll bet Doris appreciated that. Just having that kind of ammunition.
Yeah. The best part when she told Doris that she spent more time in junior high and high school than I did, begging and pleading to take me back.
Oh, you were just a colorful character, I'm sure.
I was a rebel, Doris just said. And I was. She said I still am.
Did you ever do any hitchhiking?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, I hitchhiked out to Missouri and, different places, but, those were the days you could actually get around if you were willing to spend the time.
Yep. I never did cross-country hitchhiking. I did locally. I used to live in Detroit, and my ex-wife, her and I were dating. We were young, and I used to hitchhike to her on Friday night and Saturday nights, and she lived further west in Detroit, close to the Southfield Expressway, and I got into a car, and this guy was talking to me, giving me a ride. He put his hand on my leg, and I said, and I removed his leg, and I said, please don't do that.
He moved his arm.
Removed his arm and hand, and then we came to another light, stopped. He did it again. I cold cocked him and got out of the car.
Excuse me. You might get in trouble for that these days, but I guess message received. You were nice the first time. What the heck?
right.
I went
and then I was
country.
I was hiking home
out
from
to,
my ex-wife's
Western Missouri.
house.
And I was lucky. I didn't have anybody.
About 12 o'clock in the night.
Was a
12 a.m. or so. And then we get pulled over by the Detroit police.
Jacked up on
and they
speed,
just picked me up, and I'm sitting in the back seat. And they pulled all of us out. Six of us pulled all of us out.
He kept
slung me
pulling
down
over
on the hood.
hitchhikers because evidently he was trying to come down off the speed.
And then, fortunately, one of the guys said, he's not part of us.
Do that.
We just picked him up. He was hitchhiking.
Yeah, pretty soon there were four of us in the truck.
They told me to take a hike, so.
But it was an 18-wheeler, so it was pretty tough.
I hiked quick.
And, I was lucky. He never found that guy. But he got me into a truck stop where I was able to jump into another truck, and that guy was okay. And I actually made $20 unloading him in Indianapolis. But, those were days you could get away with stuff like that. And, yes, Doris, there was a girl involved. I was going out there to visit a girl.
What a terrific double.
She heard you.
Kilo Mike 8, Romeo.
Yeah, I sure don't want to say it again.
Well, I would have liked to have heard both of those conversations separately.
Well, that's why God gave you two ears, one for each of us.
Yeah, but tracking them both at the same time is difficult. It's beyond my capability.
Well, maybe you need to hear that at the picnic.
I think they ought to both tell that story at the picnic.
Oh, that's what this picnic is about, stories for sure. This is the Wolverine single sideband net. You want to get on the list and in on the fun, give me a call, WB8VOW, take a check-ins.
Whiskey 9, Whiskey November, Kilo Mike 8, Romeo Tango.
Wow, what a great signal. Whiskey 9, Whiskey November. Where are you mobile on that, John?
Yeah, hi, Rusty. Well, I'm mobile just south of Auburn, Indiana.
Home of the classics. All right. Well, hey, in the home of our former W9, let's see, W9OW? No. W09W. Oh, I'm trying to remember Jack's call sign. Oh, boy. Yeah, I missed that guy. But, you got a good signal, John. Really good.
W9WN Mobile 9.
Kilo Mike 8, Romeo Tango Yankee.
Sounded good, man. You sounded good for just by Auburn there. What was Jack's call, John? I'm trying to remember Jack's call over there.
Kilo Mike 8.
It was W9OWO.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it had WOWO in it. Yeah, I miss him. He was talk about a classic. He was a classic.
Rusty, I have George, AC9 XN, trying to check in.
Kilo Mike 8, Romeo.
AC9XN, you're number 16, Sweet 16, George.
Kilo Mike 8, Romeo Tango.
KC3 VMS checking in.
WB8BOW 8XUY.
The mighty N8XUYs popping in at number 17. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing okay. There's also a 3-station checking in. Who was that 3-station checking in?
Kilo Charlie 3, Victor Mike Foxtrot.
I can hear him there, but I can't pull him out.
Kilo Charlie 3 Victor Mike Foxtrot.
All right, KC3VMF, number 18.
Number 18.
Roger that.
Sounding good into Manchester, Michigan. And Rusty, I just added a little power. I probably sound a little different. I was at about 40 watts checking in, and here we go with a little more.
Oh, yeah, you sound good. Even your 40 watts wasn't bad.
Yeah, cool biz. Hey, what's the topic?
WD8PIC.
There's Bob.
All right, the topic for tonight. We changed the topic, but we got a topic. You know I would. The topic is favorite instrumental. So, and you know, something that I think that I don't want it to be a piano favorite. I want it to be something that was on the air that everybody may or may not recognize, but you could go out on YouTube or whatever and pull it up and say, oh, yeah, okay, I remember that one. But, yeah, let's see what we got for favorite instrumentals. A lot of those instrumentals were always used to bring us up to news time. We use those a lot in broadcasting to bump up against the news so we could get out at a good time. But what instrumental do you remember that is a favorite? You're number 19 there, Bob.
I know the one I'm going to say, but there's a lot more that I remember, but I can't, they're in my brain, but I don't have access to them right away, but I'll recognize them as soon as somebody says it.
That's a great quote. They're in my brain, but I don't have access.
Hey, Rusty, does Mana count?
Oh, you're terrible.
Oh, you're terrible.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You know who would appreciate that would be Swan Bob. He always tortures me with that.
Mana. Hello. Somebody's out there.
Kilo Mike 8 Romeo Tango Yankee.
They're just at the tip of my ears. Did anybody get that?
Kilo Mike 8. I believe it was Romeo Mike Yankee. Is that a Roger?
Romeo Tango Yankee.
Kilo Mike 8 Romeo Tango Yankee.
That's a Roger. I am in and out. I am in West Virginia, and I got you. Awesome.
He's in and out in West Virginia. Are you mobiling?
I set up an antenna in a field.
He's portable in a field in West Virginia, and he's going to be in and out. But way to go, man. Way to go.
I'm so excited. It worked. This is awesome. I had to use the antenna. It didn't get through the first few times.
Yeah, I got a 5.9 copy on you into Manchester. Beautiful work. Way to go. I'm excited and happy for you.
This is so cool. This is the first time I've actually used this setup. I kind of have set it up in my backyard, so this is awesome.
I think I remember the day that you set it up in your backyard, and you sound better in West Virginia than you did locally, but way to go. We got you in and out there. Roger, Rusty?
Roger. He sounds good. Just a little bit below my noise level, but he's there.
Way to go.
Guys, I appreciate it. I'm official now. This is great.
Yeah, he sounded good in Romulus, KTAS.
Have a good one, buddy.
Thank you, too. 73. Appreciate it.
Mana.
Da.
No. This is the Wolverine Single Sideband Net, and we are looking for pre-net check-ins. We are just a little more than 10 minutes out from the start of the net. We're going to talk about your favorite instrumental. Hey, what charted back in the day that you really liked? There's a lot of them. But I don't want to start spilling names here. I'm going to count on your creativity to come up with them, And who knows, maybe everybody will have a little different one. But there's some great instrumentals of the past. And I'll tell you what, I'll mention a name, the Ventures. Ventures were all instrumentals all the time. Boy, they had a ton of them. I just watched the documentary on the Ventures, and man, that was a lot of fun. What a lot of good, feel-good music, fun music, and it might interest you. They were big here. They literally have a Ventures band in every major Japanese city. they really like them, and I don't think it's like that over here. But it's a lot of fun. Just talking about who your favorite artists are, and in this case, what would your favorite instrumental single be? So. Hey, looking forward to hearing a lot of things from all that's on board, but we'd like to get a few more on board. So if you'd like to give me a call, all you need is a general or better. WB8VOW, I'm looking for check-ins.
88 GFL.
AB8, I'm out, in and out.
Hey, Rusty, KD8 GFL was checking in along with W8UJR.
Yep, and we got AB8MO as well. So KD8 GFL, you're at number 21. AB8MO, you're at number 22. Are you short time, Andy?
In and out.
He was in and out.
Yeah, he went out quick. All right. And then we got our second George tonight, WA9UJR. So we're looking forward to hearing from you, George. Number 23. All right. This is the Wolverine Single Sideband Net. As always, we're looking for check-ins. KC9, KRX. We got you in at number 24, Bradley, 24.
Roger, roger.
Did somebody address me with something? WD8PIC. I guess not. I thought I heard my call sign earlier. I'll be listening, but I'm on the telephone, WD8PIC.
No worries, Bob. Nobody called, but we understand you're down the list far enough. You'll be off the phone, I hope, by then.
Oh, I'm listening. I just got it down kind of low because I want to be able to hear all the references to the songs. I'm sure it'll be stuff that I know. I just don't have access. A lot of that stuff I don't have access to right now. WD8PIC.
All right, man. No problem. WB8VOW continuing his search for check-ins. right, 2-minute warning. Hey, we're almost there. It's almost time for the Wolverine single sideband net, and this will be my last call for check-ins. And, you don't have to be a member to get on this net. You just have to be a friendly guy wanting to come by and meet a lot of other friendly people. So that's what we look for. Anybody with a general or better class license is welcome on our net, and we look forward to comments. Tell us about your day. Tell us about your favorite instrumental tonight. We thought we'd get back into the vein of music and hear from everybody. But if you'd like to get on the list, now is your last chance for at least a few minutes. Give me a call. WB8VOW, taking check-ins for the Wolverines.
N2 JAF.
What was the last part of the N2?
Juliet Alpha Foxtrot.
All right, N2 JAF got you in at 25. Anybody else? All right, it's 6 o'clock. Good evening, and welcome all amateurs and shortwave listeners everywhere. This is WB8VOW. My name's Rusty. I'm located over in the southeast corner of Michigan in a little town called Lambertville, about 3 miles north of the Ohio border. I get to be your host station for this evening's session of the Wolverine single sideband net. And again, you don't have to be a member to check into this net. Everyone with a general or higher amateur radio license is welcome to participate in our net. The net meets every night of the week on this frequency, 3.935 at 2200 UTC, with pre-net kicking off at 2115. The purpose of this net, as mentioned before, is to promote good fellowship and friendship among radio amateurs. If you'd like to become a member of the Wolverine single sideband net, the requirements are 4 check-ins a month for 3 consecutive months. And after meeting these requirements, we ask that you email or send your list to K8TAS. That's Taz, and he's good on QRZ.com. You must have the check-in date and the net control call sign. Make sure that it's the net control station and not the pre-net list taker, because sometimes they're different. We suggest that you send more than the required check-ins just in case of any discrepancies. And there's a great new members package complete with a great looking certificate you can put on your wall, as well as an iron-on patch for new members. Information about the net as well as the monthly awards, that's all available on our website, which can be found at www.wssbn.com, or just Google Wolverine Net. Currently, I have on the pre-net list the following stations by suffix: VOW, ICB, EES, RMN, AVT, DXJ, ZJU, ERV, RNA, and SOV. That rounds out the first 10. At number 11, we've got PRU, WIV, TAS, MCI, 9WM, who's mobile. We'll come to you next, John. 9XN, XUI, VMF, TIC, RTY was in and out, GFL, 8MO was in and out, UJR, and then finally Bradley down there in Hobart, KRX. He rounds out the top 24 there. Are there any corrections to the pre-net list at this time?
Did you get number 25, Rusty? I didn't hear it.
Can somebody give me a relay on that? Just below my copyable level.
What's the number 25, Rusty?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry you didn't get updated on the net loggers, but yeah, we've got JAF in there as well. Thank you so much for the correction. That's why we ask. I'll get the net logger updated even as we speak. So let's go ahead, because we've got a mobile out there, and I want to get John while he's still driving around. And tonight's topic, John, is your favorite instrumental. Let me pick you up, and then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do announcements, and I'm going to do short times, but I want to pick John up first. W9WN and the wonderful Wolverines, WB8VOW.
he was in and out.
Yeah, evidently he was. Okay, I didn't catch that. All right. Well, that's very good. Thank you so much. Let's go get back and let's see. Let's see if there's any additional mobiles out there, and then we'll be going to announcements. Any additional mobiles? Hey, are there any announcements?
Yes, there is, Yogi.
Well, tell me, Boo-Boo. Are there picnic baskets involved?
There could be. This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet. And this tells you what kind of family we have here. Hang on a second. Not mine. Oh, that phone's been ringing all day today, one or the other. So, anyway, the picnic is coming up. Our annual Wolverine picnic is August the 12th, which is on Saturday. We've got quite a few people already signed up. If you haven't signed up and you're planning on coming, please let me know so that I can put you on the list, make sure we have enough chairs and enough food for everybody. So we're really excited. It looks like a great big a nice bunch of people coming, and we're really looking forward to it. So it's rain or shine. We will have tents put up in the backyard, so there should be no problem with that either. So anyway, with that, we'll turn it back to you. This is K8DXJ.
All right, K8DXJ. Yeah, and you want to get on that list because you got to get through security. Hey, you got to have your name on the list. All right, no, you don't. I'm lying, and it probably won't be the last time tonight. But yeah, and I made a big note of that. I'll make sure that I mention that throughout the night tonight, Doris, so we can make sure that people that join a little later here as well. All right, we are rolling right along here. Are there any short time stations tonight? Any stations
November
requiring short time?
X-ray Uniform Yankee.
All right, we'll be coming back to you there, Mr. Sam. Anybody else for short time? All right, well, I'll take a quick pause to take any general check-ins, and then we'll pick up Sam.
WD8INW.
Quebec Whiskey Echo.
All right, I heard the third George of the night, and I'm excited you're here, George. I was looking for my third George. So WD8INW is in the house at 26, and K9JJM must be a revolving door because he went in and out. And then I thought maybe I heard QWE.
You're like a white Quebec Whiskey Echo. Yes, Rusty, that is me.
All right, we got you in at 28, and hopefully for the duration. Anybody else?
Who's 25?
N2JAF, who follows Bradley KRX.
Thank you.
Absolutely, George. Anybody else before we get going here and pick up Sam? All right, N8XUY, you have the microphone.
Well, thank you very much there. Rusty, WB8VOW, one of our fine stations of the year for the Wolverine Single Sideband Net in 2022, does such a great job here on Tuesday nights. Rusty, thank you for picking me up and running the show here from the big chair tonight. This is N8XUY in Manchester. I just heard the 3 local grandkids and granddog arrive. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back, so I'm going to go check those guys out. Good day here working on the deck project. Got a little toasty out there for a while I was in the sun, but we are making good progress. Favorite instrumental or, instrumentals are instrumentals. When I play the piano, I try not to sing, so it's almost always an instrumental. But one of my favorites, I'm going to go kind of like middle of the road, Diodato, 2001, A Space Odyssey. and then kind of in a rock and roll mode, Frankenstein with Edgar Winter. And that wraps it up. I'll try to get back here before the net ends. Rusty, great work so far. You did really great on the pre-net, and always a great topic. Back to you there in Lambertville, Michigan, WB8VOW, the big VOW, 7-3 for now, and 7-3 to all, NEXUY.
Hey, before you go, how's John Wayne doing?
John Wayne is much improved. He's healing. Of course, he had 8 broken ribs. He came by the deck project yesterday, came in the house. I was out on the deck leaning on some rails that I was cutting off or some boards, and he scared the crap out of me. But he was doing good, came by and gave me some advice. And he's not allowed to work on the deck right now, but per Mrs. Wayne. But he, actually, for an 85-year-old dude, Rusty, you would be amazed. And we're all very happy that he's doing well.
Oh, that's great. That's absolutely great. Been thinking about him, and the fact he's given advice, that means he's pretty much done. and good for you that he caught you working on it. Man, you probably, you're getting high ratings as a son-in-law at this point, I'm sure. All right, Sam, you have a great night. Enjoy those grandkids. Man, what a great prioritization that is. Those guys are gold, and I'm sure you'll have fun tonight. So 73's to you. All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll kick off the list here. Boy, instrumentals. Okay, I'm going to do what Sam did. He set the precedent. So he gave 2. I'm going to give 2. My favorite one right now is Floyd Kramer. And what was really cool is we were able to get a piano book. So I'm looking forward to Diane learning some of those Floyd Kramer songs, because he was kind of famous for the slip note, and what it is where he quickly throws 2 notes in on a space, and you don't even realize it. But he had a very, very, very big hit. Go ahead and look it up, because you probably won't recognize the name, called Last Dance. So that is definitely my current favorite. And Feel So Fine by Chuck Mangione. It's right up there as well. So let's go on and start working the list here. K8ICB, my wingman for the night, Inlay City Bob. Number 610, you're up, and then stand by. We're going west and picking up EES.
I got a phone call, K9EES. All right.
Who was that was going? Was that EES?
Yep.
Yes, it was. He had a phone call.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll look for him to do a recheck if he's able to. Bob, go ahead, sir.
All righty, Rusty. WB8VOW K8. Imlay City Bob here. Things are good in Imlay City. I got the day off, so I'd be driving to work right now, and that'll be me tomorrow and the next day, and then I have 3 days off, so wonderful. Back to the music. Oh, geez. Last Dance. Floyd Kramer, the slip note. I'm real familiar. I know that one. That's good. He was probably the #1 country piano player in the what do they call that? The Nashville Sound era there with Chet Atkins running the show. I'll give you 2. I was going to say, I might as well say it. I was going to go Santo and Johnny Sleepwalk with the steel guitar. That's a classic right there. Then I got another one that's a little more obscure that has way more personal attachment to me. It's in fact, I'll put the right now. I'm getting ready to put the link to the song on YouTube on the AIM window. There it is. Frank Chatsfield, I think that's how you say his name, and it's Chatsfield, yeah. And it's called Ebb Tide. Echo Bravo Bravo, and and then Tide, Tango, India, Delta, Echo. My dad used to play this song. He was a musician, and he had an organ in the living room. And when I was real little, I would fall asleep listening to my father play this song. So when I hear this song, I put it on, I shut my eyes, and I'm instantly transported back into my bedroom when I was young, falling asleep listening to my dad play the organ. So, like whenever I have like a stressful moment, that brings me right back to reality. Just thinking that, hearing that song or thinking it in my head, even, you know, I had a health scare. A couple years ago, and I was in the hospital, and that song was running through my head the whole time. It was like nice. It was comforting. So anyway, yep, links in the A window if you want to check it out. It's a 2 or 3 minute song. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Rusty. This you are WB8VOW K8ICB 730.
All right, K8ICB. Great signal down here, Bob. And boy, I'm excited for you. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. That's awesome. And really good choices. I love Sleepwalk, and I've got Ebb Tide queued up here on the hockey puck. I'll play it throughout, but I'll pause it so that, you know, I don't want to get in trouble for putting music on the air. But we can talk about music on the air all day long. So, all right, good stuff all the way. I love where you guys go with topics. Let's go over and pick up one of my favorite topics commentators, the heart of the net, WB0RMN, member 564 out of Plymouth, Michigan. You're up and stand by AVT. Go ahead there, Larry.
Well, can I scold you just a little bit?
Oh, go ahead.
My favorite instrument. I've been enjoying music all my life, Rusty, and my favorites come and go. What do you call a favorite? I don't know. I'm reminded of Professor Harold Hill in Music Man. He says, I always got to have a band. I always got to have a band. And you know what he did in that Broadway play. 76 trombones, that's a favorite. Not necessarily an instrumental, but it is an instrumental as well. But then you get into some heavier stuff. Classics. How about Tchaikovsky's Sixth Symphony? If I were going to listen to a piece of music all day, I think I would choose Tchaikovsky's Sixth, because every one of the human emotions are displayed in that piece of music. It's called the Pathétique, and the reason it's called that is because of the emotions that are involved in it. Terrific piece of music. Mantovani's Green Sleeves. Good music to take a nap by. How about Rhapsody in Blue from George Gershwin? Is that a wonderful, wonderful piece of Broadway music? There's just so many that come to mind, and I didn't disagree with either Sam or Bob. I still probably have a copy of Frank Chatsfield's Ebb Tide someplace on vinyl. I've got an awful lot of music here, so I've taken too much time. I'm sorry about that, but it's a wonderful subject, and I am glad you brought it up. I shouldn't have taken as much time and mentioned as many pieces, but my favorites vary from time to time. I'm going to say 7-3 to you. God bless. WB0RMN.
WB0RMN, WB8VOW. Well, you know that you have the golden pass to take as long as you want on this net when I'm running it, because I love everything you come up with. I was, Mantovani. Boy, that's been a long time since I've thought about Mantovani. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come up with an album and I'll tell the friendly hockey puck that mostly listens to me, and that's why I think she's friendly. My wife doesn't like her as much as I do, but I'll tell her to play some music, and I usually pick an album before I go to bed because an album has an end, and that way I don't wake up an hour later and have to tell her to end or anything like that. I just go to sleep to the music, but some of that stuff would be really fun to listen to as I doze off. I would enjoy that, and I appreciate you bringing up the music, man. Boy, that was always a favorite of ours. We love that show for sure. All right, let's go on up to, I think he's in, it's always a guess. Is he in Waterford or is he in Davidson? And I'm going to guess Waterford. Harold, go ahead and pick it up and then stand by Doris.
This is Harold, KE8ABT. Davidson. Well, it's been a nice day up here, and other than that, I did get out once to rob the grocery store. The one that I remember the most, I don't actually remember what they were playing, unfortunately, but I've always enjoyed good pipe organ music. And I was surfing the channels one day, and I stumbled across the Mormon Tabernacle Choir Christmas program. And what they had done is, if you've ever seen a good pipe organ, you've got that big bench that the organist sits on, that had been removed. And then there's pedals underneath him that normally he would sit there and push on. That had also been removed. So the first guy comes out, he's standing there and he plays on one of the manuals. There's about 5 or 6 of them in this particular org. And he gets probably a little ways into it. And the second guy comes out and he starts playing on a different one, but he's joining into the song. Pretty soon a third guy comes out. He's playing on a different manual. And it's the same song. And you get, this whole thing. You figure you got 3 big guys standing in front of this organ all playing on it. A fourth guy comes out and he starts reaching around and playing the organ. And I was just absolutely fascinated by that. But if you come back here to the States, of course, DJ Kennedy, the church down in Florida, has an organist called, Anyway, she played the organ for him, and then she had a program called The Joy of Music. And she played organs all over the States, and then she went over to Europe and was doing organs all over Europe, up in the Alps and everything else, and showing the different kinds of organs and the music that she would provide. And it was just absolutely a beautiful, beautiful thing. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. This is KE8ABT.
KE8ABT. Wow, that was great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Harold. That was really something, and really appreciated. Had a good signal from Davidson. That's why I thought you were in Waterford. But yeah, full copy all the way. Didn't need an SDR, and you sounded really good. So maybe the band is coming along just fine for us. And that must have been really an exciting life to be able to do all that touring. And man, I could just imagine meeting all those people. Adoring fans, all of them, I'm sure. All right, let's go ahead and pick up Doris over there in Romulus, K8DXJ, and then stand by Marcia. ZJU will be coming to you next. But Doris, go ahead.
Well, thank you, Rusty. This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet, and I appreciate the fact that you remembered to mention about the picnic towards the latter part of the net, so that everybody gets to hear it. So anyway, mine is lo and behold is by the Ventures. It's Walk Don't Run. So, not too big of a surprise, probably from you.
Oh, that's a great song. I love that song.
Other than that, I've been working on orders today, and Tams was the gopher, took it to the post office, which is always a challenge for him because they're always closing some road or another, so it makes it an interesting trip. So with that, we'll turn it back to you. This is K8DXJ.
All right, K8DXJ, WB8VOW, and Walk Don't Run. Oh man, I used to love playing that on the trumpet. I certainly enjoyed just listening to it, and it's just it's just a great melody, and it's got a lot of fire in it, a lot of fun, and it should have been called Run Don't Walk, I think. But yeah, the Ventures are awesome. What a great group of guys, and what great music. All right, let's go hear from Marcia. This will be fun. WA8ZJU, what do you got for us? And then stand by, Tom. We're kicking it up to Yale next.
Thank you, Rusty. WB8VOW, WA8ZJU, and it's really nice to be on board with you on a Tuesday night. I know that doesn't happen very often, but it's really nice to be here this evening. And the Ventures, yeah, they have some good stuff. This is not the one that I come up with, but they certainly did change their style when the Hawaii 5-0 tune came out. I thought that was great with the horns and everything, and that wonderful timpani drum in there and all that. But my actual song that came up, boom, right away when you came up with this new topic idea is Classical Gas by Mason Williams. That song is just so cool. Classical guitar, horns, it was just a very cool song. Out around this time 55 years ago, as a matter of fact, 1968. So, oh boy, I'm showing my age, I guess, but that's how it goes. Anyway, just been a nice day. I have a woman comes in and takes care of the mistakes or whatever that I may miss when I'm doing my house cleaning. So she came in this morning, and I whipped up a batch of goulash for dinner, and now I gotta go do the second round of dishes. Very much looking forward to that. Anyway, everybody take care. Oh, yeah. Another thing I'm not looking forward to is a dental appointment tomorrow. But hopefully it's just a cleaning, and they won't find anything. That I don't need them to find. So anyway, with that, Rusty, I'm going to turn it back to you. Great being with everybody tonight on a Tuesday. So back to you, Rusty. WB8VOW, WA8ZJU, 7-3, everybody.
All right, the Eagle flying on Tuesday. That's great. I'm so glad you were able to join us, Marcia. I've missed you. And yeah, Classical Gas, Mason Williams. Man, that was at the top of the chart for months, I think. In fact, I was going to reach over and grab my book, but it's out of reach, unfortunately. But I know some of these were number ones for so long. It's funny you mentioned the theme from Hawaii 5-0, because they talked about that on the Ventures that they kind of did it special for Hawaii 5-0, and the guy was not really interested in retaining the rights to it or whatever, and so it became their song, and my gosh, that had to make a lot of money for him. But yeah, just amazing stuff there. And yeah, Diane, my wife, is really the musician in the family. She's the one that she will pick up a guitar and she will pick it out by ear, and she'll pick out Classical Gas by ear, and it's just like, she does it very gently, and she doesn't really, it's not like she's trying to put me in my place because she's the piano player and I'm the guitar player, but I stand in amazement at how easy that stuff comes to her and how well she does it. So, hey, thanks for being there tonight. Let's pick up N8ERV, and then we'll be at the bottom of the hour before we jump over to Wisconsin and pick up Eric. We'll we'll take a break and see if anybody else wants to get aboard. But N8ERV, what do you got for us tonight, Tom?
Well, good evening to everyone on the net, N8ERV. First off, Rusty, I'm getting closer to my goal that you and I were working on. I'll show you.
It's been a very intense work with you in there, that's for sure. One point in my life, I had something similar where I was averaging 60 to 80 hours a week sometimes at the crisis.
That is D-Star, Rusty. So at least I can listen to him, eh? Figured out how to talk to him, Ed. He's in Manchester, Connecticut. No static, no lightning crashes, nothing. It's kind of cool. Anyway, instrumental. Well, I picked one out that I like, and I think you got to be old to understand what this is. The ballad is called "The Gods of War," and it was written by Depp the Leopard. Gods of War, from the Hysteria album. Best I could give you. Can't tell you what the outside temperature is because my mild some temperature thing is being goofy tonight. But it's 82.5 in the shack. It's all of that outside, I think. Nice and sunny. Getting lots of charge on my solar panels to my batteries. So with that, back to Mr. Rusty. WB8VOW from N8ERV.
All right, N8ERV, WB8VOW. Man, you know, it always amazes me, especially with you retired guys, because, you know, you guys are probably all older than I am. Okay, maybe that's not true, but I can't imagine. It amazes me how many headbangers we have out there. Gods of War, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. All right, that's great, Tom. Hey man, hey, on the D-Star, just a couple things off the top of my head. There's not much up there, but make sure your handheld is on Simplex. You might think that it needs to be, but it is on Simplex, and I think your access point should be on Simplex as well, because that can hang you up. But man, keep working. You're going to get it. And D-Star is a lot of fun. The digital modes are a lot of fun. When the bands go to crap, the digital modes are still there to play with on computer and D-Star Fusion. You know, they're all great. The other one as well. Can't remember what it is, but got a radio sitting right here that operates on it. But I'm on all of them, and they do give you a way to contact your fellow hams. So, and we got you down for Gods of War. Let's take a standby. It's 32 after the hour. Would you like to get on with the Wolverines and talk about your favorite instrumental? Hey, now's the time to do it. Give me a call, WB8VOW, talking too much and looking for check-ins.
No. November 8th, Lima Tango Radio.
AB8MO recheck while I'm throwing rain.
All right, I got N8LTR in at 29, and AB8MO, you need short time, we'll bring you in now.
Thanks, Rusty. This is AB8MO. My cell signal's good enough, so I'm going to squeeze in here real quick. Thanks for letting me jump in here short time. This is AB8MO. Almost at a club meeting, and a Music Box Dancer by Frank Mills comes to mind. I like a lot of the instrumentals, but I don't know if anybody mentioned that one. So, anyway, thank you for getting in here. I'll throw back to you before I run out of string. This is AB8MO, mobile remote.
All right, good job all the way. And, yeah, Music Box Dancer. I remember that. That's a pretty little song. Good deal. Good call, man. You know, you guys always bringing up great stuff. All right. right. All right. So, well, we got Andy back in there, and we added Bill to the list. Let's jump back to the list and see if we can pick up KD9RNA. I'll bet you I can hear you just fine, Eric. Go ahead and take it, and then stand by, son of a Buckeye.
WB8POW, this is KD9RNA. Hopefully I'm making the trip over there. I'm kind of struggling hearing everybody tonight. Pretty decent day around here today. Only got up to 84, but it's been a pretty pleasant day all around. I am an instrumental music kind of guy, so it's hard to pick one song. One would be probably Stevie Ray Vaughan's version of Jimi Hendrix's Little Wing. He did an instrumental version of Little Wing, and it's a fantastic rendition of that song. And pretty much anything by Sharon Isden. She's a traditional Italian trained guitarist, and she kind of crosses into classic music, Mozart and Beethoven for guitar. They're pretty amazing things. So other than that, that's what I got for you tonight, Rusty. Hopefully you can hear me, and I'll send it back over to you. WB8BOW, this is KD9RNA. Back to the net.
All right, solid 5.8 over here, and I neglected to comment when Larry brought that up. You know, the classical music genre and all the great instrumentals from that. I mean, absolutely, those some of those are just fun to put on and either immerse yourself with the headphones on and enjoy every nuance of a huge orchestra, you know, in stereo, or just super background music to keep you relaxed. So good stuff all the way, Eric. Good making the trip over here. We'll be looking forward to Sunday night and catching you then. But I'm sure we'll hear you before, and it looks like the band is at least improving tonight. So let's go pick up Mr. 100 watts and a really long wire, N8SOB. You're up, and stand by PRU. Sean, wake up. Sean, it's your turn. All right, he got the yellow stripe of shame. Okay, maybe he'll do a recheck with us. KB8PRU, Charles, you're up, and then stand by WIV. KB8PRU, are you available?
Who are you looking for?
Is he working?
Nothing heard.
All right, I wanted to make sure. Sure. Well, this guy, I'm sure is going to be there. WB8WIV from Cadillac. Tom, how are you tonight? And stand by, Taz.
Yeah, feeling good here. Pretty good there. Rusty will... it's going along pretty fine here. WB8BOW, the wonderful Wolverine. WB8WIV. 73 degrees here. I was subpoenaed for court today as the plaintiff and won the case. Guy took a plea bargain. Got 1 year with the money that he owes me, and of course court costs. So we'll see what happens here. Anyway, otherwise, the day went real smooth for me. I did miss out, although, on a luncheon in Traverse City that we were going to go to, Carol and I, but of course, the court case got in the way, so to speak. Anyhow, instrumental. Well, the best one that comes to my mind, I think my favorite is Apache by The Shadows, the original, the 1960 version. It's simple but effective. So I always liked that instrumental, and I still do to this day. So there you have it. Been working a little bit on the antenna system here. They're getting there slow but sure. The house is being done. Well, the guy's done the first coat. He has the second coat put on, then he's going to be on the garage. Looks real nice. Anyway, all you wonderful Wolverines, have a good evening. Back to you, Rusty. WBHWW and the group. WBHWYV. I'll be clear. Good evening.
All right, WB8WIV, WB8VOW. Well, I didn't miss a word thanks to the SDR. You were probably about 5/8 copy direct, so that wasn't bad. A lot better than when you checked in for sure. And got you with the Apache the channels. I got to listen to that. I'm writing these down so I can check them out a little later this evening. But thanks so much for that. And yeah, glad to hear they're getting the house done for you. And yeah, sorry to hear you had to litigate. Sometimes that's the way it goes to get things paid. And boy, I've never had that pleasure, and I hope not to. But I hope it goes well for you for sure, there, Tom. So you're an upright guy, and I know you're not asking for anything that guy doesn't owe you. So hopefully the courts will rule in your favor, and you can get moving on. Let's go down to Taz, K-A-T-A-S, Van. What can I say about Taz? I could say a lot of things, but I'm going to surprise him, and I won't say anything. Pick it up, Taz, and stand by Jody.
WB8VOW, Rusty. This is Kilo 8 Tango Alpha Sierra, Taz in Romulus, Michigan. We're sitting at 86 degrees, sunny, 26% humidity. Just another 2 days in a row, just another beautiful, comfortable day. Today, we had our physical therapy on our knees today, and we have one more session tomorrow. That'll be our last. That's what I was put on for a prescription there, so by the orthopedic surgeon. So we finish that up tomorrow, and we just putzed around here today after ran an errand and just played radio this afternoon. And I guess my favorite all-time, Rusty, and I've told you that before, it goes back to 1959. It was released in September 1959 as a single on Columbia Records, and that's credit to Percy Faith and his orchestra. Prior to November 1959, they released a film, and it's A Summer Place. So that's always been my all-time favorite, even when I was a young teenager. I don't know why, it's soothing. And when I was in Vietnam, they would play two songs. In the morning, 8 o'clock on Radio Da Nang, our time, they would play It's a Beautiful Morning by the Rascals. And then in the evening, they would play that song on the radio. So we all, if you had a transistor radio, you could have access to the airwaves on that. So that's pretty much my all-time. And then Sleepwalk is another good one. That's my second one. Rusty, thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there. Thanks for your dedication. You always do a great job. Appreciate you, as we do all of you guys. And of course, you know I'm here. I'll pick up the file after the net. WB8VOW, K8TAS.
K8TAS, showing remarkable consistency, sticking with Percy Faith. And yeah, that's just a great song. It really is. And like you said, it's very soothing. Just like Santos and Johnny with Sleepwalk. That's another one that is just those. I was thinking about starting a playlist on the hockey puck for instrumentals and nighttime, and I'm going to take this list and use a lot of it. Although I doubt if I'll use Gods of War from Tom. Tom, I'm sorry about that, but it would be shuffling, and that would come on, and I'd probably be up the rest of the night. So thanks, Taz. Appreciate you and Doris, and looking forward to the picnic. Hey, have we mentioned the picnic lately? There's coming up a picnic. I'll mention it again, but it's August 12th, Saturday. It's a picnic at Taz and Doris's, and let me tell you, it is the social event of the year. especially for this net. We'll be talking about this picnic till the next picnic. And then we'll still be talking about it because we're saying, hey, remember the one in 23? Is it 23? Yeah, it is 23. Okay, just checking. No. We're going to talk picnics for a while, so if you might as well come, because otherwise you'll feel left out, and that never feels good. So you might as well be there, and there'll be cherry brats, there'll be jalapeno brats, hot dogs. Nobody will go away hungry, and we're all going to have a lot of fun just getting to see each other and talk with each other, and that's enough for me. KB8 MCI, go ahead and pick her up there, Jody. Tell us about your favorite instrumentals. Number 576, 14 on our list, and then we'll be going over and picking up AC9XN. That's George, first George of the night in Highland. But go ahead and pick it up, Jody. KB8 MCI, one more time for you. All right, George, our first George of the night. This is a heavy responsibility, but, you're from Highland, Indiana, and we know you can handle it. AC9XN, go ahead and pick it up. WB8VOW and the Wolverines.
Charlie 9 up for November. I'm down here in beautiful Highland, Indiana, where there's always something exciting going on. I just have absolutely no idea what it is. Thank you for doing that tonight, Rusty. As always, you are doing a great job. That's why you were stationed to you from last year. And welcome to all the dancers out picking up the car. I know I'm down here with the Irish shooter against you guys have been big bazookas up there. But we had a good game today. Got up to 70 degrees. A little wind. And down here. So far the index dropped from 130 something down to 36. So we're glad for that. That's the first decent day of radio propagation we had. I just about hear everybody. Which is unusual this time of year. As far as your question for tonight, unfortunately, I was one of them nerdy kids that nobody wanted to hang around with, and I was always interested in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and music, and rock and roll, and smoking dope, and all that kind of stuff was really not what I was interested in. So I heard a lot of good choices tonight. I really don't have a favorite instrumental that I can give you. I can just tell you that I hope everybody has a good time at the picnic, because we really did have a good time last year, and we're just happy we did it this year. So thank you for X-ray November 73, and back to you.
AC9XN, WB8VOW. Oh, I am so sad to hear you're not going to make it. I was looking forward to your wife and you. Boy, it was a high point to get to meet you last time. And George, I just I appreciate that. It's a bit of a trip, and you probably can't make it every year. And boy, I just we'll miss you. That's for sure. And we'll tell you all about it that evening, because I'm sure the net will go on. All right, let me take a quick standby here and see if anybody wants to get on the net before we go to KC3 VMF. Jeremy over in Sarver, Pennsylvania, and then Bob, you're on deck after we take the break here. This is the Wolverine single sideband net, and we are looking for check-ins, talking about favorite instrumentals. And it could be back in the '60s, or it could be something current, or even back further than that. We've talked about the classics as well. But if you'd like to get on our net, tell us about your day and your favorite instrumental. Hey, give me your call. This is WB8VOW taking general check-ins.
K9EES recheck.
All right, got you on a recheck. Anybody else? one more time, general check-ins for the Wolverines. All right, this is like going to, it's like picking my son up on the net here. I'm so proud of who this guy is, Mr. Wednesday Night. He's the voice of Fithian. He's none other than Mr. Ed, KA9EES. Go ahead and pick it up, brother. Stand by, VMF.
All right, WVHVOW in the group, KA9EES. Coming to you from Trailer Acres in Fithian, Illinois. Anyway, I had a good day today. I actually put a shelf together in my shed. I have one more shelf to go. Then I got to put together the stand for my my grinder. And hey, let's see, favorite instrumental, classical gas. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks, Rusty.
All right, well, there's a guy with classical gas. I couldn't resist. I wasn't going to do that to Marcia. She brought that up, so I you walked right into it there, buddy. All right, good hearing you. Good deal on the shelves. I hope they're older than they are to put. But glad you were able to get back in here, Ed. Have a patiently waiting, Jeremy. Go ahead and pick it up from Sarver, Pennsylvania, and then stand by, Bob, PIC, coming to you next.
WB8VOW, this is KC3, very much fun. Good evening to you, Rusty, and everybody on the net. I'd have to say my favorite band would probably be Ted Nugent. You know, I've listened to him for several years, and my favorite song from him is probably Fred Bear. And when me and my wife got married, we were planning a 3-week road trip, and we were going to hit 2 of his concerts, but unfortunately COVID made him have to cancel them, so we never got to do it. But we always wanted to, maybe for our 5-year coming up here real shortly, we were planning on doing it, but never got to do it. So disappointed about that, but still love listening to music. And I played myself back in school. We had a band. We called ourselves Black Velvet. We did a couple gigs. I was the lead guitarist, and I have a couple guitars now, and a bass guitar, and I had a keyboard, but it burned in a house fire. And then I always wanted to try learning the drums, but never got a drum set yet. And but I definitely love to listen to music. I spend a lot of money into speakers and receivers and stuff like that. My wife said if you spend half the money that you do on your stereo system on your ham radio, your friends would probably be able to hear you better. And I said, yeah, that's probably true. So I think an amp's my next purchase. But other than that, just hanging out here in the shack and listening to everybody on the net tonight, and looking forward to, we're going to try to make it out to the picnic if we can. I was going to try to leave Friday night, get a hotel, spend the evening, go to the picnic, and then we were going to spend Saturday night also and just kind of hang out up there in Michigan. And so that's pretty much all I got to say. Back to you, Rusty, WB8VOW. This is KC3, very much fun.
All right. Hey, before you go, Jeremy, what was the name of the song? You took a little QSB at that point, but you sounded pretty strong now. What was the name?
Oh, Fred Bear from Ted Nugent.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, okay, good stuff, man. Well, hey, yeah, that would be awesome if you could come up for the picnic. Nobody's a stranger, and we all get along really well, and it's just really good to get to know each other and put a face to a call sign. So, absolutely. Thanks for being there tonight. Good signal. It was right at my noise level, but boy, I tell you what, the headphones helped me a bit, And other than that QSB hit right about the time you brought that up, you were doing pretty good all the way and came up on the end very well. All right, let's see if we can pick up Bob, WD8PIC, member number 603, over in Sylvania, about 5 miles away from me. Go ahead and pick her up there, Bob. And then KD8GFL, you're on deck up there in Spruce, Gary. Looking forward to hearing from member number 402 next. But pick it up there, Bob.
Okay, WD8PIC. Good evening. I almost said good afternoon. Good evening, Rusty. I could say good night because it's always night for me, but I got to tease you guys a little bit. You know that. As far as the two favorite songs, the one has already been mentioned, "The Summer Place," and then there's an instrumental version of Nat King Cole's "The Falling Leaves Drift by the Window." I can't remember who does it, but there's so many more that I like that I don't have access to right now. What happens is if I don't use stuff, it kind of goes away, and that all that information, and then if I try and remember a lot of that stuff, then it hinders me from remembering the stuff that I need. Weather. So I just let it go, and 79 with clear skies. By the way, 79 with clear skies. Anyway, my thermometer is in the sun, so I can't depend on it. It's probably in the 90s someplace. So even though it's on the north side of the house, it gets sunshine this time of the evening for a while, and so I can't depend on it. Well, I'll make this brief, but I had to kick out my roommate. A whole year of anger, and everything had to be his way. I was the renter and he was the owner, even though it wasn't, even though in reality it's not that way. And just tons and tons, and I've never seen somebody so full of anger. He would rant into the air sometimes, and I'd try and have it quiet, and he wouldn't like the fact that it was quiet, so he'd, rant at me, and he always had the TV on with all the four-letter words and other foul stuff. He would choose the programs with the most amount of that stuff in there, and I couldn't take it finally. And what happened was he put a lock on the room door of his bedroom door, and that was as good of a reason as any because I didn't have a key for it. So, me being the property owner in case of an emergency. So I initiated a 3-day eviction, which we actually made it a 6-day eviction. And then I threatened legal action after that, and he went, and I'm glad. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't like to be that way. And then I had all kinds of problems with the church, and I had to leave that church back in February or March, so. But hey, life is good. I've still got a wonderful relationship with the Lord, and I'm still loving life, so. I'm by myself. I'm hoping I can get somebody else that isn't all mixed up like he was. I mean, I couldn't take that anymore, guys, so I had to get rid of him. So I can go back to doing things the way I want to and not hearing all the crud. He worked during the day, so I had sanity then, but whenever he was home and all weekend I had to put up with the crud, and I couldn't take it. And I never knew when he was going to blow up. And I mean, he'd blow up huge time, and I couldn't take it, so he's out of here. I would love to come to the meeting, but the only problem is I didn't hear the date, and I don't know how I'm going to get transportation. But I would still love to come, so hopefully it doesn't conflict with anything else. But put me down right now as a come, as long as I can get somebody to pick me up. I would love to be there, because I haven't met you guys yet, and I'd like to. So I'll pass it back to Net Control, and I will be listening for the rest of the net. WD8PIC, the voice of, as I like to say, Sylvania. Back to you, Rusty.
All right, WD8PIC, WB8VOW, real good, Bob. Good deal on the Summer Place. I mean, it's just a really great song. And there's been a lot of great instrumentals, no doubt about it. And you guys have been coming up with some good ones. And let's see, KD8GFL, member number 402 up there in Spruce. Gary, how you doing? What's your favorite instrumental? And stand by, our second George of the night. We're going back out to Illinois and picking up George UJR. But let's let GFL go.
Okay, well, thank you, Rusty. Excuse me. It's KD8GFL, Gary here in Spruce, where it's presently 68 degrees. It got up to 72 today, and that was the high. And I don't know what it's going to get tonight, but that's all right. And we had a good day weather-wise. We did get some sprinkles 3 different times this afternoon, but that was after I got the rest of the grass cut, so that part was fine. Didn't bother me. But we started off a little bit different, though. I had an eye appointment. They called me and canceled me out because I wasn't supposed to be on the calendar. The gal who wrote it out in the first place made a mistake. So they had to apologize for that. That's all right. We were still heading into Alpena anyway. Didn't make any difference. We had some stops to do there. And got back here and kind of relaxed a little bit. Then went and finished my grass. But music now, let's see. I'm thinking back in the 60s. The one that stood out the most for me was Roy Orbison. I enjoyed his music. And in fact, we were in London, my wife and I. I was still in the Army then, but we met over there. And we happened to see he was playing in one of the concert halls there, so I figured, well, shoot, we're going to get in there and listen to him. And we did. It worked out really nice, too. Really enjoyed it, and I never got the chance to do it again, but that was already good dealing for me. So, but other than that, that's about it from this end. Good to hear you tonight, Rusty. In fact, a neighbor of yours down, well, not really a neighbor, he lives in Dundee, my oldest son. Him and his family are going to be here Thursday evening and spend a few days with us, and we're looking forward to that. So, anyway, with that, back to you, sir. KD8GFL.
All right, let me get it right here. KD8. Excuse me. Wow. Still got this little bronchitis tickle holding on there. KD8GFL, WB8VOW, as I pop another cough drop. But Roy Orbison was a delight, the big O. And, man, that guy, he put everything into every song I think he ever sang. And I think that's what sold the songs. The songs were good, but the way Roy presented them was great. So I think that's pretty cool that you were able to see him, Gary. That's awesome. Well, let's go on over to Lombard, Illinois. Well, wait a minute. It's the top of the hour. I guess maybe I'll take a quick stop before we go to Lombard, Illinois, and we'll see if there's any check-ins for the Wolverine single-side band net. If so, come now. Did you have a nice nappy? I'll take that as a yes. All right, before we go to our second George of the night, let's pick up son of a Buckeye there, member number 584 from Fort Gratiot. Go ahead there. Well, I should have known that you'd never sleep through Taco Tuesday, although after having all those tacos, it probably won't be hard to sleep. Good deal, Sean. We're glad you were able to check back in. And, Phil Collins, back when he was with Genesis, and then afterwards, had a lot of great songs for sure. Good choices, man. Good choices. All right, let's go get George. WA9UJR, our second George of the evening. Come on in and tell us about your favorite musical, George, and how are things going over there in Lombard. Go ahead, George. Stand by. Bradley. WA9UJR, number 581, out there in Lombard. Yay, I love the Hammond organ. Oh, yeah. Sometimes on some of those old rock records, you'll hear the Hammond blast in there, and there is no sound like it. I'm trying to think of some of the songs, and they're not coming to me, but boy, there are just some songs that would never have been the same without the Hammond B3. And then I like those, I remember those old Leslie speakers where the speaker would rotate, and again, just a very unique sound. So thanks, George. Really love your input, man, and glad you're doing okay over there in Lombard, and appreciate you being in there. Let's go to KC9KRX. That's Brad in Hobart. Brad, you still riding along with us? And then stand by JAF. We'll be coming to Mayfield Heights next, Cal. But go ahead there, Bradley. KC9KRX, your turn at the mic, my friend. All right, we'll give him the old stripe of shame. he may recheck. Brad gets a lot of phone calls sometimes. JAF Cal over in Mayfield Heights, Ohio. Go ahead and pick it up, and then stand by George, INW.
Okay, fine business. Good evening, Rusty. You're 5'9", coming into Mayfield Heights, Ohio tonight. 75 degrees, 48% humidity. Boy, let's talk about music. You just mentioned Hammond and a Leslie speaker, and my dad had one of each. And oh my, did you play that thing into the wee hours of the morning. But anyway, I started thinking about what I liked as a teenager, preteen, and Wipeout, Pipeline, Telstar kind of popped into my mind. But then I got my nostalgia hat on. And I have three that I really like, and I'll bring up here. One is Stardust by Hoagie Carmichael. And the second one, you said you played trumpet. String of Pearls, Glenn Miller with the Bobby Hackett trumpet solo. Just awesome. And I guess the big one for me would be Benny Goodman's Sing, 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 and Gene Krupa's fabulous drum solo. And I that would probably be my top 3 list, although, boy, I've heard a bunch of buttes mentioned tonight that we could really put together a list. Well, that's all I've got. So this is N2JAF in the group, and Rusty, I'm going to send it back to you. I'll listen for any additional comments, and then I'm going to be QRT for the evening. So, WB8VOW, this is N2JAF. Back to you.
N2JAF, WB8VOW. Well, thank you so much for bringing in the big band era. Also, Pipeline. I love Pipeline. But, you know, Stardust, String of Pearls. Oh, my gosh, what great. What about In the Mood? Nobody's mentioned In the Mood yet. Oh, boy. And then Sing, Sing, Sing by Goodman. Yeah, I've got a huge collection of Glenn Miller on vinyl, and just have always loved the Glenn Miller stuff. And, you know, kind of like you talking about your dad and the organ, it was just something that, for me, was cross-cultural with my dad. He liked the Carpenters, and he liked a few rock-era artists, but they were very few. And if I threw on anything from Glenn Miller, oh my gosh, he you know, him and I were on the same page all of a sudden. So thanks for bringing up those really great songs. That was awesome, Cal. Thank you so much. All right, let's go down to George, WD8INW, member number 442 in Clarkston. Don't anybody dare say, uh-oh, George is my third George of the night, which makes it a perfect night here on the Wolverine Single Side Band Net. Stand by. QWE will be coming to you next, but go ahead, George.
Uh-oh. Dang it. WD8INW. You know, you talk about organ music. There's one rock song, one song that always comes to mind, believe it or not, and it's by Connie Francis. Everybody's Somebody's Fool, because at the beginning of the song, I mean, that makes that song. It really does, the organ music. But anyway, nobody's mentioned Love is Blue. Kathy, that's one of her favorites. I was going to mention two that have already been mentioned, Telstar and oh boy, Taz mentioned it. Why can't I think of it all of a sudden? But anyway, Kathy and I both really, Summer Place, really like that song, Summer Place, whenever it comes on the radio. So, and we listen to the 60s all the time on XM when we're in the car. So with that, we'll give it back to you there, Rusty, and we'll be listening out. WB8VOW, WD8INW.
All right, WD8INW, WB8VOW. Well, hey, I popped on Connie Francis real quick so I could hear that song. I didn't remember it until I heard that organ, solo at the beginning. And you're absolutely right. It sets up the whole song. It's just, it's really good stuff. You know, and it's funny because, when I'm listening to Bob Heil on the organ, sometimes I really like it, and sometimes I feel like I'm being forced to watch Lawrence Welk again, which was never one of my favorites. So sorry for all you guys who loved Lawrence Welk, but I think that was the epitome of the generational difference. So, all right, good stuff, George, all the way. Glad to have you a part of our net tonight for sure. Let's go pick up Mike down there in Seville, Ohio, KE8QWE, and then N8LTR. Bill, you're on deck, so go ahead and pick it up, Mike.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, Rusty and everyone. Instrumentals, of course. I'm 66, so I've heard a lot of different ones. Anything by Chet Atkins, of course. He is one of the best true guitar players that is out there. He has a song called Knuckle Busters. I always like that song. It's just kind of a neat sounding song. I also like Apache by the Shadows. Hey, it doesn't get any better than Hank Marvin on a Fiesta Red Strat plugged into an AC-30. That's just a sound that's just hard to beat. even Rush, even the rock band Rush put out some good stuff. I like La Villa La Strange, so that one was always good. So, you know, it's funny. I know that people, if there's not any words, then they don't care for the song. That is my wife. You always have to have a person singing. Now, I'm a little bit different. Sometimes I just like to listen to the music, but hey, that is just me. I'm just not right. Really haven't been on this net much. Well, I've been gone. Last week, I had all kinds of stuff. Last Thursday night, I was doing a Wayne County Amateur Radio Association meeting. And then my wife and I, we headed down to Marietta, Ohio, and spent some time down in that area, in the Columbus area down that part. Came home, and Sunday I went and played some music. Got home, I crashed out. Yesterday, we had something going on. I missed it, so here I am. So hopefully the rest of the week will be a little bit quieter. So with that being said, I really wasn't up to a whole lot today. Just kind of took it easy, kind of stayed inside and stay out of the cold. So that being said, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to Whiskey Bravo 8, voice of the Wolverines. See you, folks.
All right, KE8QWE. Before you go, Mike, are you coming to the picnic again this year?
Yes, I am. In fact, I should probably go and get on the website and get signed up. My wife says she isn't sure if she's coming, but I am coming.
All right. Well, we'd love her to come too, but man, it's great to hear that you're coming. I want to spend a little more time with you. I didn't get enough time with you last year. And that's the biggest problem with the picnic is sometimes you just don't get enough time to get to talk to everybody you want to talk to, you know. But hey, we're looking forward to it this year for sure. And so I should bring up the picnic because we're getting towards the bottom of the list here. August 12th, Saturday. You don't want to miss it, honest. You know, it's just we just have so much fun on this net, and when we get together, it's times 100. It's just so good, and you know, the food is great. Doris, I haven't talked about Doris's cheesecakes yet. Oh my gosh, you know, a 500-mile trip is well worth it if you get a slice of that cheesecake. It's really good. Let's go to Bill, N8LTR. How you doing, Brother Bill? And tell us about your favorite instrumentals. This is member number 260 over there in Clinton, Ohio, Green, Ohio, actually. And then we'll be looking for more. If anybody wants to jump on the list, we're going to open it up here right after we hear from Bill. Go ahead, Brother Bill.
Well, good evening, Rusty. Hopefully make it in. Boy, the band is not being a nice band tonight. It's very hard to hear people. But hopefully folks can hear me. Just barefoot on 100-foot wire here. So nothing fancy tonight. Instrumentals, oh my. Well, Mason Williams, Classical Gas has been mentioned, and others. And yeah, the prior check-in took my thunder. Rush, Malignant Narcissism is an excellent instrumental. But if I had to put my favorites for old and new, old would be Bach Toccata and Fugue in D minor with Virgil Fox at the keyboard, none other. You will not go to sleep, and it is not a bubble gum or elevator music by any means. Anything that Virgil Fox did, he knew how to use the forte controls on the organ, let's put it that way. And in the more modern era, from the album On Your Feet or On Your Knees, Buck's Boogie, Blue Oyster Cult. If you haven't heard it, it's worth a listen. It's well worth hunting down. 1974 live album is the best cut of this recording. Quite something. Eddie Van Halen can't hold a candle to this guy. Let's put it that way. Back to you, Rusty, and at LTR.
Oh, man, you are so eclectic. N8LTR. Hey, before you go, did you get your tower finished?
Grounding comes first, Rusty, and tomorrow morning at 6:30 I pick up a trencher from Home Depot, and I have
350-foot 2-inch copper strap and 19 ground rods to go in over the next 3 weeks. Back to you, sir, at LTR.
Oh, you're going to be 40 over in Belgium. Good deal. And hey, actually, your 100 watts isn't doing too bad, man. It's about 5 over here. So, yeah, it's a tricky night, but it's so much better than it was last night. If you'd have been around last night, you know what I mean. Boy, I felt so bad for Sean. He had a rough band. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list, and I'm sensing there's more out there. So if you'd like to talk, your favorite instrumental, or just tell us about your day, this is the Wolverine Single Sideband Net, and we're looking for general check-ins.
Alpha Juliet 0, Whiskey X-ray.
All right, I heard Andrew, Alpha Juliet 0, Whiskey X-ray, but I think there was somebody else in there as well. That other station, come again.
Kilo Delta 9 Tango Yankee Oscar.
Any relays for me? I actually think that might be Bill down in West Virginia.
KD9TYO and VE3KUZ.
Well, I was wrong on TYO, but hey, all right, we got WX at 30, TYO at 31, and you got to put out your fires. The air cleared up today, but yesterday was really kind of bad, and you still haven't come over and washed my windows. I don't know what to say to you there, but we'll pick it up when it's your turn there, Bob. Let's go ahead and pick up. I'm going to alienate our one DX station from Canada here. Sorry about that, folks. HG0, now he's Canadian, he'll forgive me. HA0WX up there in northern Michigan. Go ahead and pick it up, Andrew, and stand by KD9TYO.
We have a comment.
Go comment.
WBA-VOWKTAS. Watch it. We fly a split flag here at RQTH. We have a United States flag, and then we have the maple leaf, Canada.
That's true. I forgot. Miss Doris has her roots well entrenched in Quebec there. Maybe she should go over and put that fire out. Dang it, Doris. Go ahead and pick it up, Andrew, before I get in any more trouble.
Hey, good evening to everyone on the net. Enjoying a nice smoke-free day here in Clawson. It's a lot better than it was yesterday, so that's good. As far as my favorite instrumental goes, I would probably say YYZ by Rush. A big Rush fan, so they got a couple of good instrumentals, and that one's probably my favorite. Yeah, it's kind of seems like the band's kind of opening up for me at least. Things have been getting better here, so hopefully that's for everyone, and not just my QTH. So with that, back to net, AJ0WX.
All right. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Rush is one of those bands I have never really fully looked into. I know I need to do it. Of course, I'm kind of an old guy, but I've got a lot of guys that work for me that just really love that band. And, especially the drummer. Boy, he was something. Excuse me. And I know that eventually I really need to focus on those guys a little bit. Excuse my cough, boy. It's kind of irritating. Sorry to be irritating anybody else. Let's go to KD9TYO and pick up member number 629 in Wisconsin, and then we'll be coming back and picking up Bob and seeing about those windows. Go ahead, Jim. Let's hear from you in Plover.
Yeah, let's see if you can hear me. The song I would put in for tonight would be In the Mood with Glenn Miller. It's one of my favorites since I was a trombone player. So I often enjoy that song.
No, go Jim. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. One of my most favorite instrumentals would be In the Mood by Glenn Miller. I was a trombone player too, so I had a particular joy for any songs that featured trombones, obviously. And I also am very much in favor of brass ensembles. I listen to those quite a lot. So other than that, that's really all I can add at this point. That's you, Rusty.
All right, well, real good, Jim. Let me get the SDR under control here, but I could hear you perfectly through the Chicago SDR, and not a problem at all to pick you up. And, okay, well, good deal on the trombone. My music teacher was a trombone. He was the head of our band, in the high school, and he would write out parts. And of course, his favorite band was Chicago at the time, back in the 70s, early 70s. And boy, we'd have Chicago music for football games before it was ever available, just because he was such a skilled musician. He would write out all the parts, individually, and boy, when we put them together, they sounded great. But definitely love Glenn Miller. In the Mood has got to be one of the best instrumentals ever, absolutely. So glad you brought that up. All right, let's pick up Bob, who's probably hanging his head in shame about all the lumber they're burning up there. I mean, Bob, have you guys looked at the price of a 2x4? You got to put that out. VE3KUZ, WB8VOW.
WD8VOW. Sorry, WB8VOW. This is VE3KUZ. Well, about the lumber, last count I heard is 10 million hectares have been burned so far. So that's a lot of lumber. And as far as me putting it out, well, here's the best solution, Rusty. If you don't want to breathe the smoke, you just take one big long breath and you hold it until the fires go away. And no problem for any of us, except you. And about the windows, don't hold your breath. Anyway, back to the music thing. I missed most of them because I just got home just a little bit ago. And we actually went to a music concert, I guess you'd call it, where it was all 70s music, and I thought it was going to be all the 70s, but it turned out to be only 1973 music. So imagine all the music from 1973, and which one was the most popular song in 1973 was Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree. I'm sure everybody knows that one. We heard it over and over again. Anyway, just got back from that. And as for my pick for favorite instrumental, I don't know if anybody's mentioned the Edgar Winters Band, but they did a couple songs they really liked the instrumentals in. One was Frankenstein, great guitar riffs in there. And the other one, also Edgar Winter. What was that one called? I don't really remember offhand. Something had the word free in it. It wasn't Free Bird, but it was Free Ride, I think it was. It was also a good song. Anyway, thanks for doing the net tonight, Rusty. You're doing a great job as usual. I'll put it back to you, WB8VOW from VE3KUZ.
Well, it's not a net unless we get our DX international station from, Windsor, Ontario. And I mean, that's big, man. We appreciate you. And you take my kidding really well, but I know you'll get even. Yeah, just hold my breath. Thank you. It's like my doctor. She tells me that all bleeding does come to an end. So that's not very nice. Come on, Doc. This is the Wolverine single sideband net. We're heading towards the bottom of the hour, but you know what? We're at the bottom of the list, too. We could use a few more if you'd like to check in and share a little bit of your favorite instrumental music or what's going on in your day. Hey, you're welcome here. Give me a call. WB8VOW, standing by for general check-ins. Yeah, I get the feeling we're not going to get our DX friends from down in Alabama and Louisiana tonight. It hasn't been that kind of band, that's for sure. One more time, we'll take a standby here. Anybody else? All right, well, I want to thank everybody who checked into the net tonight. 32's not bad on a rough night, band-wise. And, you know, again, if you haven't considered coming to the picnic, August 12th is the date. It starts, I think, around 12 or 1 o'clock sometime, and then it goes until, you know, the last person hauls themselves away. There's a lot of food, and it's good food. I'll have the cherry brats as usual. I know Taz has the jalapeno brats if you want something a little spicier. Or we got good old hot dogs, and people bring dishes, and then there's Doris's cheesecake. Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, 500-600 miles is not too far to drive for Doris's cheesecake. At any rate, keep that in mind, consider it, and, you know, let Doris know so that she can build a list so we know how many to expect. This is WB8VOW from Lambertville, Michigan, and I'm now closing this evening's edition of the wonderful Wolverine single sideband net. We appreciate every one of you who checked in and all the great songs that you brought forward, and just hearing your comments and what's going on. That was always fun. But 73s to all, and have a great night. This is WB8VOW, turning this frequency back to normal amateur use, and reminding you that in about an hour, we should see the world-famous Central Gulf Coast Hurricane net popping up here. But until then, have at it with the frequency. WB8VOW is clear.
WB8VOW, KTAS.
K8TAS. Who loves ya?
You do, and so does Sean. Great job, Rusty. We had a file. We appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yay, for such a rough night, it was a lot of fun. WB8VOW clear. Love you guys, and talk soon.
Love you guys, too, you and Lady Di, and great job. K8TAS.
Great net, Rusty. 7th grade.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you being my wingman and being out there. And, hey, congratulations on 2 more and then 3 off. Love that. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Talk soon. 7-3.
73s.